Hello. Well, after that failed leak test at Bray Lake yesterday, I'm going to try and investigate whether that seal is sealing all the way around. I just measured a piece of ordinary 80 GSM paper and discovered it's 0.12 millimeters thick. But this baking parchment that I've got here is only 0.05 millimeters thick. So what I've done, made some strips of this baking parchment and have just lain them over the boat, the edge of the boat, and then I'm going to put the lid back down on that and screw it down and then see if I can pull any of those easily out. Right, so they're all torqued up. That won't come out, that won't come out, that won't come out. Ooh, that one will come, but not easily. So I need to mark this, don't I? Right, I shall mark this as 1 because it will only just come. Well, I suppose that's a 1s too. That's firm. That's a 1. That's firm. I'll mark that 2 because it's more difficult. That's firm. That's firm. That's firm. Mark that as 1. It's easy. That's firm. That's firm. Yeah. Right, well, I'm just going to try torquing them to 9 instead of 5. 9 instead of 5 on this DeWalt XR brushless thingy. See what happens. Right, I've torqued them all up to 9, so we'll try again. This of course will be firm. That's firm. This is one that was loose before, and that is now firm. So I'll put F. This is still loose. This is still a 1. Excuse me. It's firm. This is still loose. It's firm. I'd say that's still 2. That's firm. That's firm. That's firm. This is still bad. Well, I suppose I should mark that as 2. And this is still a 1. Looking at where I've marked with a 1 the sections which were loose, I'm thinking that if I just put bolts here and here, here and here, and here and here, it might fix the problem. This is what Dick said, not enough bolts. I certainly know, even if you have a kind of flanged joint, even with 2 steel pipes joining together, they have far more bolts around them than this, and this is not steel, this is wood, so it bends more easily. So I'm thinking that doubling up the bolts in the middle section is probably a good idea. Right, well, this is the test that Dick suggested, that we fill the boat with water, put the deck on and see what happens. So let's do that. I'm not going to fill it completely because that'll make it very heavy. I'm just going to put a fair amount of water in each compartment. Right. Nothing coming out yet, which is good. Right, so there's no water on this top bit here. No water on this. Right, now the torque is set on 5, which is what it was when I started. Right. Well, I'm just going to see if I can rotate it on its stand here. Well, it's coming out here. That's the only place it's coming out is here. Just in that area there. Trust you can see that. Which was not actually an area where my baking paper detected looseness, but I never actually had a piece of baking paper right there. So now I'm just going to turn this round so that you can see the other side. Alright, we'll do that again now. So it was there, wasn't it? It was failing. Oh dear. Well, here, but of course it could be coming out somewhere else and running along, do you think? No, I think that locates it fairly accurately. This thing is not leaking here. It was leaking from there. It's not leaking from there. but it is leaking right there, which is, I think, that it's the one I was testing yesterday, where I felt there was a sort of V shape in the deck. Don't see it leaking anywhere else. See if I can lift it up onto its bow. Go on, leak if you must. I don't think it's leaking there. It's quite heavy, you know. Right, so in summary, it was leaking here and here. Right, I have ordered some more of those stainless steel nuts that have spiky things on that stick up into the underside of the subdeck and into which these bolts screw, but I don't have them at the moment, so I can't do the obvious thing, which is to put a couple of extra bolts in here. This leak is more worrying because I'm not quite sure where it's happening, and there's already a bolt here, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Got to look at that. Just wondered if I manually torque this up to a figure that feels sensible, like that. And torque this up. Oh, that can go a long way. If we did that, have I done this one? I can't remember. Let's see how that feels. What that does. Right, now it was leaking from here, wasn't it, before? So let's see what happens this time. Well, that's not leaking, is it? It's absolutely fine. Right. Now this way, it was leaking from here, wasn't it? Did I torque that down? I can't remember. Come on. I think that's okay. Well, that wasn't leaking, was it? It wasn't really leaking. So that's good. But now I just want to show you. The configuration of the deck now that I've torqued it down a bit. So if we look at it from the bow along here and come down at an angle, I think you can see that there is a low point here compared with the top of the
hull, whereas it is more flush on that side. Starboard side, it looks more reasonable, but there is again, I would say, a low point here. So I might do some work to try and avoid unnecessarily bending the plywood. I think you can see there where I've torqued it down, and had to torque it down to make it leak proof, but it is sort of bending the plywood down, which I don't like the look of. So a little bit more work, maybe making sure that it's absolutely level underneath the subdeck would help. But I think we have a solution here that is going to work. A few more bolts, torquing it down more, levelling off the subdeck a bit more with a bit of filler, and we'll be home and dry. At least that's my theory. See you next time. Thanks for watching. The only thing wrong with this test that I've just done is, of course, that the water was not under pressure, as it will be if we plunge the whole boat below the sea level. But don't really want this water in this boat, in this thing. Let's see if I can do it here. Bit by bit. I don't want to lose control of this. I hope I'm still on camera. Am I still on camera?